He's also dressed up. Woo! Yeah. What's that? Do you know this music? A lot of people. Age of Empires. Since I'm coming from another empire, huh? Okay, so anybody knows what's that outfit? That? That? Raise your voice. Okay, great. Since our theme today is the hero's journey, this is one of the most popular heroes in Japan. It's called Naruto. Okay, it's an amazing series. For those who are self-motivated and love this stuff, you should go check it. Okay, so why am I here today? I don't like actually speaking about models and theoretical stuff. So I'm here to talk about 3 case studies, okay, from my experiences. One from the corporate world, the second one from startups, and the third one is a case study of a lesson learned, okay? Okay, so we saw this picture today. Anybody remember? Yeah, yours? He mentioned something very important, that 13% only are actively engaged, right? And that report was from Gallup in 2013, okay? But on the same exact year, something very big happened. Something very big was challenging that report. HP, Hewlett Packard, achieved $1 billion by engaging the sales team. Okay? So I'm a former Hewlett Packard employee. And I used to be one of those working on the employee engagements projects. Okay? And today I'm talking about some case studies on how such big corporates starts to engage their employees in prototypes before they create that massive project which you will read on online. Online you'll find case studies that shows you the boom results. But how does that start? How does that wave comes out? This is what we are going to talk about. Okay. So we created something that's called the employee engagement journey, okay? Let's check it. First thing is, employee engagement drives motivation. And motivation drives and empowers fitness, either mental fitness or physical fitness, okay? And then fitness provides productivity. And productivity drives profit. And then profit creates opportunity at work. And so the employees become engaged and the cycle continues. So we had a challenge. This is one of the case study which I was working on. We had a challenge of 3 points. Increase working from office. A lot of employees in Hewlett Packard used to work from home a lot. And it was allowed. It was not against any policy. But we wanted to increase their engagement to come to office to work instead of forcing them to come to office. So we have the challenge of increasing work from office. Second is reduce work stress. And the third is increasing productivity using fitness. The first thing we tried is, how do we make people come to office? And then when people start hearing about a multinational big company, corporate, that is a digital in its base, they have to use digital platforms. But that's not true. It's not always the case. We have to migrate both experiences. You have to migrate digital and non-digital. And so we created a Lego for each team. Each team has its Lego building. They will try to build a Lego based on their tasks they have and how much they are working from office and how much they are sharing and cooperating together. So all teams will have a pointing system using the Lego parts, and the more you do tasks and the more you complete what you have to complete and share, you take from the Lego. And the winner is who creates the most innovative building using the Lego. So, what do you think? What did we actually do here? I want to hear from you. What's that experience in creating at that moment? Anybody has an idea? Gamification guru. Uh-huh. Okay. Okay, cool. So you have to be in office to see the Lego itself. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so people start to get attached to what they are building in the Lego. People, the same team, they are cooperating together to create that amazing experience, the amazing Lego they are creating, and compete against other teams. Okay? So, what actually did this Lego result in? The Lego enhanced creativity, enhanced the innovation experience the employee was working. So not only you are working from office, it was helping them to keep the creativity working, because it's not only they are taking the Lego pieces, but they have to be innovative what pieces they choose to take in order to complete that building. The second thing, reducing stress. Yeah, that actually happened. The manager versus employee tournament. So we found that a lot of employees are actually under stress because of work and how managers force them in work and how they put extra stress on them. And so we created a tournament on Xbox, okay? So that the tournament is only employees versus their manager. They have a boxing match. And boom, a huge result, say. So people started to participate in that tournament, and they started kicking their managers and punching them in the experiences. I wanted to add actually one of my pictures here, but I thought it's not good to add my manager's picture, so I couldn't do it. But people were very engaged, and the stress was hugely reduced, because how people feel when they, get what's inside their chest, out, and that's how it's won. Fitness drives productivity. So people always, when think of gamification, they start thinking about digital platforms. But actually in corporates, we started to understand that in order to be really engaged and really productive, you have to be more fit, you have to work a lot and do a lot of exercise. And then we created a global challenge called the HP Global Wellness. This was part of a huge engagement system, and the points that you gain here are actually directly related to the points that you have as an employee inside the company. So not only you take points from your fitness, but it affects your results as an employee inside the corporate. Okay? So this is a picture of how your profile can go. I think some pictures are not appearing here. Those supposed to be badges here. I think there's something with, yeah, it's here in the, I think it's from the slides. But you have badges that represents how you are working inside the corporate. And the most fun thing is it's not only related to your work, it's related to how you are cooperating with your peers and how you have performed in the fitness challenge, how you performed in the boxing challenge sometimes. So it was customizable in a lot of times to fit in how we are trying to engage the employees. And this way, we have created an immersive experience for our employees. One of them is fitness, one of them is stress release, and the other is being engaged in working from office. And this was the results. The results were 67% actually were enhanced in their relation with their managers, because the stress release actually made people have more fun with their managers and the boxing match, and actually managers started to understand how much they are frustrating their employees. So they started to stand back, unless the next time it's going to be a real punch, right? And the other thing is, working from office enhanced by 87%. So people started to recognize that I'm related to what I'm building. I'm related to what I'm working on. And that's enhanced the experience more than just adding pointing system or digital engagement. Training engagement has increased by 63%. Game engagement, the engagement with the game itself and the game feeling experience, has been 70%, and gamification adoption was 74%. So, what do you think about designing this experience? You think it's pretty easy, right? Yeah, sure. We have engaged the manager itself in themselves in another engagement system, so they can accept the idea that it's not violence in the end. It's they are playing Xbox, right? So it's simulation, and they are having fun playing it. Okay, so it's not pure violence, and the results is they are purely engaged in that. The engagement system which was designed for the managers is to allow the employees to express themselves and to have more free mind to accept boxing, and they will be punched. Okay, so this was the first case study. If you think this was easy, let me tell you about a huge lesson learned. So I was once working on a startup, gamification employee design, and what happened actually is people were waiting that we will gamify their experience inside the company and this stuff, and all of a sudden I've decided to put their equation for the pointing system, and I deliver it to the administrator. The administrator play tested and all great, and then I traveled from the city and told him, please get me into the experience just the same like as if I am one of the employees. And in the prototype, we were discussing that we will use WhatsApp as our main platform. So I was standing, waiting for the moment that the message will be sent, waiting, and then boom, I've received that message. Gamification, theme was a space, and we are introducing that we are going to the space and something great. And all of a sudden, I've realized something very weird in that message. It was pointing system was mentioning 9,300, I think, points. And that's cool, but there is a typo dash that's there. There is a small dash there. I didn't understand what that, but yeah, cool. I have 9,000 points. After all, I am the gamification designer of this experience. And then a friend of mine called me. Hey, Ahmed, are you the one who designed this gamification experience? And I told him, yeah, what's the problem with that? And boom. I have received that I am negative 23,000 points, man. And I said, what? Negative 23,000 points? What do you mean? The guy, actually, the administrator, saw that a couple of weeks ago. They went on an event, learning event, and he decided that this is something that we should subtract from their pointing system, and he subtracted points from the people before even starting the experience. And so people receive the pointing system as negative pointing system, all of them, because normally you start at 0. But actually the whole employees started at negative. And the problem is they don't understand the pointing system. So some people started at negative 23,000 points. This was epic. The results was 2 people actually resigned from the job. You don't understand. They felt humiliated. We are that bad that we are negative 23,000 points. We need to live our whole life trying to reach the 0. Right? So they'll fight hard to get the 0 level. And that's when you need to check that pointing system is actually not just gamification. It's a human behavior design. It's psychology. And you need to understand what's happening with the people. This is a part of the message. It's written in Arabic since I'm coming from Egypt, but you can check here the negative 9,000 points which I received from a live result. And here people start to think that manipulation versus motivation. People start thinking that you are trying to manipulate them in order to work. And this is something that you really should take care of and understand how it will impact the people. So the question is, when can we start actually employee engagement? This question I have discussed with some people, and we reached a conclusion that employee engagement start actually from recruitment, not only when you start working on the company. So I've partnered with a company called HireHunt. HireHunt is a new platform which is working on employee recruitment. It's an open platform like LinkedIn, so you can check it. Okay, what does it do? It tries to engage people into a talent platform. Okay, so HireHunt is a platform of 2 basic websites. It's applicants and employers. So how does it engage people from an applicant's site? It gets them into the story with a start of narration, onboarding. This is how the website really looks and feels. I'll be faster because they will kill me if I don't. will really kill me. Okay. So it's current missions. It's based on missions. There are leaderboards for the people on how you are performing on that recruitment platform. It shows you what levels and what skills that you do when you try to perform on that platform. And we have like each challenge you have is a game based. So there is a game-based typing race where they test your skills using the game-based typing race, okay, and see how much you are doing and get points, and it's added to your performance level. And then there's badges for each skill that you add to your profile. That's totally different from something like LinkedIn is doing, right? Because you don't fill your profile yourself. You have to take challenges to prove what you're worth it and what you're trying to do. Okay, and the most important point here is we created a chatbot for recruitment. And that chatbot won one of the finalists in the Facebook challenge because it actually enhanced the experience of the recruitment to recruit just by chatting over Facebook. So the application, the website, is actually using a chatbot over Facebook in order to recruit the people. And what was really great from the people's point of view is that the bot is immersive. It's not all robotic. It's not all AI. It's part of it is AI, and the part the real recruiter actually asks the questions. So you don't know who is the one who's asking the questions.
The import would
I'll skip for that. Okay, so I'll show 2 slides of the results of what's happening. Okay, 92% of the people started to respond more on the interview questions in 10 minutes. 53% of the applicants share a badge they want on Hire Hunt on Facebook. An increase in completed application using the chatbot increased 340%. And the most common words were used is easy, fast, new, and innovative. Conclusion, gamification is not about creativity of gaming or fun. Gamification is an engagement-driven experience designed using game design thinking to achieve results. Okay? And thank you. This is my code.